Hello guys and welcome to the last beginner's deck, and this time is going to be for Ra. So Ra, his ability as a leader is to restore 1 health to all friendlies in a target column, and this can also affect your summoning stone, but you cannot overheal something, so make sure that your summoning stones get some damage on it in the beginning of the game so you can like heal it and benefit your whole army from that. Or sometimes you'll have to attack first and then heal to get these benefits. So that's why I call the deck Heals are Reals, because that's the whole point of the deck. So Ra will have also a good removal, especially starting with Sunder. It's 1 mana, deal 2 damage. It's a really cheap removal that you can squeeze whenever you have room for it. Then we're going to use only one of that card. It's going to be the only card that will have once, and it's going to be Meditation. So that will heal all your friendlies in a 3x3 area for 2, and it's going to proc multiple instances of the healing effect for your other units. Now, we're only going to put one because it's really conditional, right? You have to have a lot of units injured in order to heal them, and it doesn't always happen, and that's why we're only putting one of this. Then we're going to go with the early game. Early game is going to be Sobek, and Sobek, whenever a friendly is healed, he gains +1/+1. So, if Ra, with his ability, lineups 3 people and heals 3 people, Sobek will get +3/+3. And same thing with Meditation, hits like 5 guys, well, he'll get +5/+5, and it's permanent, right? So that's really, really good. He can really snowball out of control. Now, we will also have, the really powerful statted 3-drop, the Doom Speaker here. But we're not only going to play with him, we're also going to be playing Sacred Warrior here. And Sacred Warrior will be a 3 mana 1/4. I know it looks like it's a archer, but it's actually a melee guy with the blade you can see here. And whenever a friendly is healed, you draw a card. But be careful, because if you draw too much cards, you cannot have more than 10 cards in your hand, and if you have no more cards to draw in your deck, you will start taking damage, 1 damage each time you draw when a card, and you can't. You'll take a damage, and then the next time you'll take an extra damage. So you go 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage. You can die really fast with that. So be careful with the Sacred Warrior. Sometimes you have to kill himself just to stop drawing. I'm gonna play 2 of them also, and then we're gonna move out into our first common. And the first common is going to be Magma Slam. Magma Slam is going to be able to deal 3 damage to anything you want. You can attack your own units, your own stone, anything, right? You can also attack your summoning stone of your opponent, and you're gonna craft that for 16 dust. And again, this deck will cost you only 48 dust to do because it's a beginner's deck. We're gonna have 2 of these Magma Slams. Now, also, like I did in most of the other decks, a really, really strong card is Chao Feng, and when I have 2 of him, it's still also, one of our 6 commons that we're gonna craft. And then we're going to be moving in some removal, because Ra has good removals, like I was saying, and it's going to be Last Breath. Now, Last Breath is going to poison up to 2 random enemy units, and they will die at the start of your next turn. So be sure. So like if they're playing like stuff in their backline, you can just poison them and move your stuff out of range of their units, and they will die without being able to do anything. So Last Breath is good for that. We will also be playing Execute with its 5 mana to kill an enemy unit. That's really simple, really strong removal. Keep it for big drops. And that's the point of the Execute. And we will be playing some fun cards here. And as a new player, it's always fun to know what you can do with that. I'll really enjoy it, even if I'm not a new player. Like I'm playing Thunderdome and I'm just picking this card because it's fun to use. So this basically, for 4 mana, you spawn in random units from your opponent's deck under your control. You can steal legendary cards, you can steal, really powerful high drops, but you can also steal some early bad minion, right? For example, a Hyena or Fire Imp. So that's going to be, the Recruiter. And then we'll be moving into 5 drops. And we're going to be using our last 16 dust to be able to craft the Dune Guardians. Now, this is a really interesting guy, right? Because each time a friendly is healed, it gains 2 attack, and I was able to attack for like 19 with one of these guys, and it was really really funny. And that's the point, right? You can just make him like really really huge and start killing everything with him. So you're gonna have 2 of these guys also. Um, and one of the best cards you'll have in your deck is going to be Neat. Now Neat, you're gonna have to put 2 of her also, and it's a 5 mana for a 4/4 range. But whenever a friendly is healed, she gains global range until the end of your turn, meaning that you can put her on the corner and you just heal something, and she's going to be able to attack anywhere in the map, and she will not take return damage most of the time because what you will attack will be out of range of Neat. Really, really powerful control card that Neat brings to this deck. And the 2 last card will be 2 Brutes. And why I put Brutes instead of Fury, even if Fury, you know, curves out a little bit more, is because the curve is not as important in Raw deck in this mid range, because you have much more control with the Last Breath, the Executes, the Magma Slam, the Sunders. You know, you have much more control than and removal than the other decks. And the Brute, once it's on the battlefield, right, it takes 2 less damage from basic attacks. This is what Protect is. And you know, because of that, sometimes he will take 1, 2, 3 damage, and then you can use the Raw ability to heal him 1 damage, and 1 damage is a lot to heal on that Brute that has 6 health. So you can really, really abuse that Protect with the heals of Raw. And that's going to be the list, guys. So I hope that you'll have good games with Raw. I hope that this will help you out as a new player, starter players. Be sure to check out also my ultimate guide for beginners players that I posted. And you know, I will also be on Twitch sometimes. I will be posting more advanced and competitive decks now that I finished the series. Thank you for watching, guys. Again, like, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. I really enjoy your comments. Really help me out to continue doing this for you. And you can just like you know, subscribe. Also helps me a lot. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you learned a lot today, and I'll see you in the next video.